Yeah, so there's one Multiverse Legend in his pack. They they operate similar to Strixhaven, Mystical Archive. The uncommons are about as uncommon as normal uncommons, so and so on for the rares and mythic. I don't know the exact numbers. They are probably not the exact same as the usual. Someone probably has crunched the numbers. Um, there can be 2 rares in a pack. Can't be any more, and one of them has to be from the Multiverse Legend shot. There can be 1 rare in the normal set. It can either be a normal rare or a double face card or a battle card, but like not 2 of those can be rares. And then there can be 1 in the Multiverse Legends. So there can, in theory, be 2 in Arena. In paper, sure, you have foil, so in theory, there could be 3. Um, but yeah, these will matter a lot for Limited, actually, especially the uncommons. But mythics and rares kind of matter about as much as normal rares as well. And these might even give decent boost to some colors, like if all the uncommons from some color are actually good in the Multiverse Legends, it's gonna boost some colors maybe up or down.
Yeah,
and
sure.
some gold uncommons are something to look out for as well on these Multiverse Legends slots. They are about as common as normal gold uncommons. So
Okay, I think you said it like 3 times. So I think people understand now.
yeah, exactly. That's good to repeat.
Anyways,
It was just falling for me.
just to reiterate real
Yeah,
quickly,
exactly.
you are 100%. Every single pack that you open in draft is gonna have one and only one Multiverse Legend card. Every pack. Same like battle. You're gonna get 1 battle for sure. You're gonna get 1 Multiverse Legend card. And you're gonna get 1 dual face card, right? So 1 of these you're for sure getting. Anyways, let's go. NCA, do you wanna start with this? And I'm gonna go with
Sure.
mythics and rares then?
Or maybe you should start. I can do the next one because the shop is gonna close in half an hour, and I need to get something to eat before or like after the stream. I don't need to eat now, but I still need to eat something today, and I need to go to the shop now before it closes.
Alright, then we're gonna go.
It's gonna take like 10 minutes or something.
Alright,
Do you want us to just go on?
yeah, let's go
Yeah,
on with
yeah,
the
you
uncommons
can
and
start. You can probably get through like 2 cards. So
we can probably get through a lot with. Anyways, we start with Daxos, Blessed by the Sun. For double white, it's a 2 and a star, legendary enchantment creature, demigod. Its toughness is equal to your devotion to white, so it's at least 2. Whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, you gain 1 life. This is really nice. It has been really good before in... what's the name? What's the name of the set? Scotty?
Theros Beyond Death.
Theros Beyond Death. But enchantments matter there. Here they don't really matter. Still, this is like a 2-2 when you play it. It's a bit hard to cast. I'm still fine with this. 1 life is not nothing. It's just a little bit sad that enchantments don't work here. So I'm gonna start it as... it was like higher than a C+ in that set. But here it's gonna be... I'm still gonna give it a C or a C+. It can attack nicely. It does gain you life. Enters battlefield or dies is a lot of life. So I think I'm okay with a C+. Maybe lower, but let's start it at that.
Cool. In its original set, enchantments mattered, devotion mattered, and life mattered, I think, more in the original set. I'm not as hot on this. Hard to cast, 2-drop. That's fine. Can help pad your life total in case they turn their attention towards you. C- for me.
Yeah, it works extremely well with backup once if you play it on 2, like really well.
That's like a 50% chance.
it's not a big chance, yeah. Next we have Quende, Pride of Femeref. For 3 and a white, it's a 2-2 double strike. Creatures you control with first strike have double strike. This was printed in Dominaria and it's fine. Like the 2-2 is alright. You can give first strike with the backup guy. The 3-4 becomes 3-4 double strike, which is huge. The 3-1, this is a knight, like when you care about knights, the 3-1 gets double strike. So those are the 2, basically, where this works well. And those are commons, so if you're in that market for that, that's huge giving them double strike. I'm actually on a C for that, but Can we give it a ceiling grade of like a B? What do you think, Scotty?
I mean, I don't want to. I think the card. Wait, what'd you give it? A C?
C.
What, C?
Like your 3/1 2-drop. Well, once you play this, is double strike for that turn at least. Your 3/4 is double strike.
Like 2 creatures you're gonna have like a couple copies of. It's not like
Commons.
I'm just gonna build a double strike deck, and this is gonna be the thing. There's no good way to pass around first strike, is there? Like there was with Jousting Lands in the original Dominaria set. I do not like Quende. I didn't see what your grade was, but this is C- for me.
C for me because of those 2 cards. I think it's gonna work very, very well with them. Next up, we have Inga Runais, which is a 3 and a blue, 3/3. And when it enters the battlefield, all these are legendary, so I'm not gonna say that. When it enters the battlefield, scry 3, and when it dies, draw 3 cards if 3 or more creatures die this turn. That's nice. I like Inga. The scry 3 is nice. It's a lot of scry. And when it blocks, you just need to instant speed kill something else with one of your spells. It was last seen in Kaldheim, and the only time. I'm okay with Inga getting a C+, but close to B-.
You said which one between C+, B-? You said you're deciding?
C+.
Okay, I'm also in a C+. The last clause doesn't actually happen at all.
On the blocks?
Not really. It's actually really, really difficult to set up. It does sometimes make... So, like, the effect, instead of drawing cards, it instead reads that combat sometimes gets a little bit more awkward. When the words come out of my mouth, I kind of like that in this set.
Yeah,
I kind of like combat getting awkward, more so than in Kaldheim, actually. I think I'll join you at a C+.
Yeah, block the 8/3, attacking your battle, menace.
Yeah, that's nice, actually. That's actually quite nice.
And you just, like, for this one, you block and trade, and you just chump something else, or kill something else with your spell, so that's pretty good. And in white, you have instant speed, also destroy tapped creature. Yeah, why not? Next up, we got C+ from chat as well. We got Tetsuko Umezawa Fugitive. For 1 and a blue, it's a 1/3. Creatures you control with power or toughness 1 or less can't be blocked. Okay, in this set, I mean, this is different from Dominaria. Like, in this set, you actually have the 2/1 guys in blue. You have the 3/1 in white. You have the 3/1 in green, and you're kind of fine playing all of them, even if you don't have Tetsuko. So that helps a lot. Then you have in red, you have a 4/1. These are all commons. You have a 4/1 in red vehicle that has haste, so that cannot be blocked as well.
Perfect curve.
Yeah, this is okay. It's not perfect curve, right? It has crew 2.
Oh, does it have crew 2?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, this card stinks.
I think it's fine. Like I really didn't like it in Dominaria. I'm gonna give it a C for this set, though. I think it's fine.
I'll give it a C+.
Woo!
I like.
Also, some backup cards you can put it somewhere else and attack with them. All right. Tiamat, chosen from death, is next up for double black. Sorry, you wanted to say something, Scotty?
Yeah, why did you mention black backup?
Because some creatures you can put counter somewhere else, and then they have 1 toughness.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Sure. Tiamat, chosen from that. Double black, 2 and star. Star equals, its toughness is equal to your devotion to black, so it's at least 2. For 1 and a black, exile up to 2 target cards from graveyards. You gain 1 life for each creature exiled this way. And getting life here is really nice. There is some mill in this set. There is no escape, so you're not gonna be removing that. But I think this is worse than Daxos. Like, it's much easier to gain life with Daxos, so I'm gonna be on a C- for this one, and you don't care that much about backup in black, I think. White really doesn't have nice things with counters, so some curves with Daxos can be devastating with double white, but curves with this are gonna be just fine. So I'm gonna start as a C-.
I think this is going to be, so far, this is like the biggest delta for me between the original set and this one. I think in Theros Beyond Death, this is one of the better uncommons in the entire set.
Yes. Yes.
But that is specifically because of how oppressive it was for the graveyard.
Yeah.
I don't know if NCA can hear us, but Daxos is already C+ for NCA. I'm on a D+ for this card. I think this card is hot medium.
Next up, we have another Yargle. Yargles everywhere. 4 and a black. It's a 9-3. 9-3. Crap. Yeah. This you don't play. So it's a D- because it is not unplayable, but I don't think I'm ever gonna put it in my deck. Like, ever. You can put flying on it, sure. That's pretty cool. Bit like equipment or blue-white, and you can give it protection with white. So, I mean, it can do things in this set. It's still a D-. I hate the 3 toughness is so bad.
Okay, well, it's half of the other Yargles, so it's probably half the grade. So like that one is an A, so this one's like a C+.
What do you give?
It's D- for me.
D-, yeah. Next up, a lot of Dominaria, because Dominaria did have... let's start the grading. Dominaria did have a lot of legends. So, Valduk, Keeper of the Flame, for 2 and a red, it's a 3-2 that says, at the beginning of combat on your turn, for each aura and equipment attached to this guy, create a 3-1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste. Exile those tokens at the beginning of the next end step. Alright, Valduk was kind of whatever in Dominaria, but here you have a nice white equipment, you have a nice black equipment, I think, and you have a nice fine red equipment. About other auras, I don't think you're putting the auras. I don't think they're very good, the ones that I remember. But I'm okay with starting it at the C-, I think. But it can be really nice in some decks. Really, really nice. Also clears battle value if you do that.
It's literally the core halberd that I'm looking at. Like, almost literally that card. Because it's funny, because the extra elemental generation is probably better in black, which is like that instant speed trick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll join you at C-. I think there's enough reasonably playable cards that, like, this is a 3-drop that if you combine A plus B will be a pretty good card.
Yeah. Well, this is really good then. Right, no more Dominaria here. Let's go on to Zada, Hedron Grinder, for 3 and a red. It's a 3-3 that says, when you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only this thing, copy that spell for each other creature you control that spell could target. Each copy targets a different one of those creatures. Hell yeah! 4 mana 3-3, I don't care. Yeah, red now doesn't really have these good things, but white, giving everything +2/+2 flying, green, white giving +1/+1 counter and protection from a color, green giving +2/+2 reach on tapping. Let's go on with green giving 4 +1/+1 counters on this, and you put 4 +1/+1 counters on everything else as well.
Heck yeah.
And it's you cast, so no problem. You cast. This is doing it. 4 mana 3-3 is really bad, but you do get to win a lot of games with this effect. So I'm gonna give this a B-, but you do need to be in those colors.
Hachi-machi, that is high optimism that your deck, even built properly, will line up this play pattern. I'm much lower on it. So NCA is on a D+. I'm on a C-. Like, this card is really, really bad independently, and oftentimes you're just gonna have to play this and block because you're being pressured, and you're not gonna have a chance to do super crazy fun stuff.
I mean, those crazy fun stuff is you have it in your hand and you don't block and win.
Including the scenario where you get to keep your creatures, therefore this is an actual big impact. I think that's asking a lot to go right in a game.
Like I think red, white go white really well. Red, green, maybe not so much. But we can also put 2+1/+1 counters on this and search for billion lands.
You sold NCAA. Well done, Lola.
I want to be honest, man. This is the real deal. This is the real deal in those decks.
This is good. This is good. Is this actually a 6? Oh, it's a 5 controversy rating.
That's good. This is good.
All right.
Next up, Finn the Fangbearer for 1 and a green. It's a 1/3 death touch. And whenever a creature you control with a death touch counter deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters, which very rarely matters, but there are times when it does. But who cares? 1/3 death touch, sign me up. I really like 1/3 death touchers. Gonna give it a B minus. It's annoying to attack through this. It's really good against with defending the battles. It doesn't take battles very well. It doesn't really carry the pickaxe because there is no pickaxe. It does carry the red equipment well, but a lot of things do. Still gonna go. I mean, yeah, I'm still gonna go to B minus. Really, really nice 2-drop.
B for straight busted. This card I think is going to be much better in this set. The amount of backup in this set is huge. Adding a single +1/+1 counter on this is devastating. It's so hard to get into combat with this and actually come out ahead. And if you curve out in this with any sort of backup stuff, your opponent really needs to just like kill this ASAP, or they're just going to die.
Die?
Die. They will die.
They put a backup counter on something and block it.
So the backup thing is going to be like a 4-powered creature by the time you're rolling out with this or whatever?
I mean, how many? You need to hit 5 times. This was in a set with a pick and runes. Think backup is going to be better than pick and runes?
Yes. Because I think it's way more common.
Okay. And see, what do you give this? B.
And say you gave it a B.
Yeah, I give it a B.
All right. Next we have you did record all the grades for NCA, or are you missing
everything's caught up. We don't have to go back.
You're not missing any?
I have everything.
Perfect.
I wrote them in chat.
Yeah, I saw that, but just in case. Renata called to the hunt for 2 and double green. We have a star 3 demigod, which says Renata's power is equal to your devotion to green, so at least like a 2/3. But each other creature you control enters the battlefield with additional +1/+1 counter on it. Incubate tokens do not. Again. But each other creature, I mean, this set can go wide. Not in green, really. Your 2/1/1s can be 2/2s. Your 2/2/2s with vigilance can be 2/3/3s. Those are kind of huge. It's not weird for this to be 4/3 once it hits the battlefield. So if you want to trade it up, it's fine. It's not as broken as it looks, I think. But I feel like it's gonna be really nice in this set, even though it blocks kind of bad against battles, so that's like a drawback. I'm still gonna give it a C+. I like it.
Okay, I'm also on a C+. I also think that this is much, much worse than it looks. The body, when it comes down, is small. It's not great. It doesn't get well into combat. Each turn that you take after that, it gets actually much better. Actually, I'm dropping it down to a C. I'm on a C.
Yeah, I remember this card being hot medium.
Yes.
In Theros, and this is a higher power set. It has more synergy probably here, but I'm on a D+. I think this. I don't really want this just because it's so bad. Generally, when it comes down and like putting a +1/+1 counter on your creatures isn't anything that special.
All right. What do you give it? C?
D+.
D+. Woo! And next up, we have Agar, the Freezing Flame, for 1 and a blue and red. It's a 3/3 whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess damage. No battles here. Is dealt excess damage if a giant, wizard, or spell you control dealt damage to it this turn. Draw a card. Yeah. No giants. Do we have wizards?
Probably.
They said like every imaginable card type, literally, probably.
Oh, there is a wizard. Type. 1 for vigilance.
Oh yeah, is that the only wizard?
There's some in Multiverse Legends.
There is a 2 for in black as well.
Oh wow. Okay.
There are a few at uncommon in the Multiverse Legends.
Yeah.
Inga is the wizard, and
there is a 5/5 haste.
Like 5 at uncommon in Multiverse Legends.
Okay, there is a 5/5 haste, but the biggest thing is like when you actually deal damage with your spell, and this is not even close to being as good as it was before. Namely, also you had like in Kalkheim a 3 mana foretell, 4 damage. You had 5 mana 6 damage, which was 2 mana if you had this up. I don't think it's close to being as good.
Why are you naming burn spells like this set doesn't have burn spells?
Yeah, but no, it has the convoke one, I guess, but it doesn't have the 4 damage one on common. It's 3 this time. I'm gonna be picking this up as probably a D+, and in color, probably as a C.
I'm like slightly higher on this, just being a 3/3 that triggers off itself.
Okay, yeah, C+, C+ in color.
Okay, I'm on like a C and a C+. Or, yeah, C and a C+.
I'm on like a C and a B minus. I think this card is actively pretty great still. With triggering off itself and removal spells. Like honestly, this didn't even trigger that much of anything else but itself and removal spells in Kaldheim. Like yeah, everything was a giant, but it was like the main appeal of this card in Kaldheim was the same.
So what do you give it?
C and a B minus.
So you're on a C+, I guess?
Yep.
Dina Soul Steeper for black and the green. You get a 1/3. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. For 1 and sacrifice another creature, this thing gets +X+O, where X is the sacrificed creature's power. That's okay. I mean, I don't think you're getting too much life in green and black. I mean, you do deal 2 damage per sacrificed creature with your 2/2. You tap and sacrifice a creature, deal 2 damage, gain 1 life, so that's something. It's still fine. I mean, I like this as a 2-drop. I'm still picking it as a D+, but in color, I'm okay with a C+.
I don't like it at all. I don't think that the consistent life gain is there enough for me to really threaten anything. I'm not really interested in the sacrifice effect either, in these colors in particular, and it's difficult to cast. I think I'm picking this at like a D-, and in color it's like a C- to me.
Yeah, for me it's like a D- and a D+.
Okay.
I probably would cut this in a lot of black-green decks.
Alright. Irja, Judge of Valor. Let me reset the grades for the chat. For 2 and white and a black, it's a 2/4 flying lifelink. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest onto your graveyard. Yeah, backup exists as well for flying lifelinkers. That's a beautiful thing. I like this card in Kaldheim. I didn't care too much about white-black, but if white-black is good, this is a really good card, I think. I'm gonna be picking it as a C. I'm even okay splashing it in some decks. I'm okay picking it as like a C, and in color, like a B minus or a B. What about you guys?
Probably on a B- in color. Probably even picking it a little bit lower than you. I'll pick it at like I'll pick it at a C rate, sure. It's kind of funny that Foretell was like the joke with the original Fearha in terms of you can double spell better, but I don't think that moves the needle for me at all, because I always just felt like I was just casting 2 spells anyway.
Yeah.
Like if I was actually triggering this, like cheap CMC was way more thematic with Fearha than foretelling stuff. But this is fine. I'll go C, B-.
Yeah, I think it's like I think it matters enough that I would go like half a grade lower personally. Was quite good in Kaldheim in black-white, but you just didn't want to be black-white. It still wasn't anything special. I'm on like a D+ and a C+.
You play this and defeat a battle.
Mm-hmm.
And you cast the battle.
Yeah.
Thanks, Torque, for that.
I would have rated it in Kaldheim as C+ actually as well, to be fair. Out even if the color was like good. Or the color was good.
So you're gonna B- ceiling? Okay, next
yeah,
up.
we're both on B- ceiling. I also kind of think though that Fearha is a little overrated in the original set, even as a card. It's
It's
just a base
underrated.
card.
Didn't see it much. Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty. For 3 and a green and a blue. It's a 3/1. Okay, this is a cool art. It's a 3/1 Naga Druid that has Cascade. And spells with mana value 6 or greater have Cascade. Okay. Yeah. Cascade is, by the way, you reveal the cards from top of your deck until you reveal the a non-land card with less mana value than the Cascade card, and you just cast it without paying its mana cost. Yeah. This is nice, and by the way, Convoke by Which Convoke though? Wait, Convoke. Okay, the counterspell Convoke. The Land Cyclers. I'm okay splashing for this, maybe even. In like green something. I'm not sure. But yeah, there is not actually that many Convoke cards that have 6 or more. There's a red removal spell, but it's kind of hard. 3-1 is a bit smaller, but you are getting something from your deck. I like this a lot. I'm picking it as like a C minus. I'm picking it as a C. I think it's a B minus in color, maybe higher.
Card to me reads a little worse than Firha, honestly. So I'll pick it as a C minus and a C plus ceiling.
Yeah, I guess I move Virha to a C minus as a base for me because I want to give this a C minus base and a C plus ceiling as well. And I think these are pretty similar.
Okay.
I like this is very slightly more, but yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Jury Master of the Review. For review, is it review?
I actually have no idea.
I have no idea. Black and red, 1/1. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on this guy. When this guy dies, deal damage equal to its power to any target. Alright, this is pretty good with treasures. If you like, this makes the +1/+1 menace make a treasure when it connects. Pretty damn good. But on its own, I mean, it's not the end of the world to have it on its own. It's a 1/1 that's gonna deal 1 damage. It's nice with tricks. This carries equipment really well, but there is like 1 or 2 equipment that you can have. I'm okay with this. I'm on a C as well, and I'm on a B minus as a in color grade, maybe even higher. It's red like review. Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm like kind of solid with this. Even on turn 2, trading off with something is kind of nice. So I don't think this is bad at all, and the ceiling is pretty nice. I kind of want to do C plus B.
Yeah, I'm with you in that. I think this is noticeably better than anything else we've seen so far here, except I'm on a C plus and a B as well.
I'm good with B as a ceiling, yeah.
It's just a good shoe drop, and which just grows when the game goes on. Like a solid shoe drop, it still trades without shoe drops.
And next up, we have a Rada Coalition Warlord. For 2 and green and red, we have 3/3 that with domain. When this thing becomes tapped, another target creature you control gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. Alright, red has Convoke. That's pretty cool. This is not a domain set. Your basic lands are not of 2 types, right? In this set. Basic, your dual lands are not of 2 types, right?
No, probably not. They are probably just lands.
Scotty, do you know?
There's no double type basics now.
Yeah, and I don't care about this at all. It was fine. It could be fine in domain set, but I really don't care about it. I'm picking it as like D minus, and in color it's like a D plus, I guess.
Yeah, I'll go D plus in color and D minus outside. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, same for me. Like the Convoke synergy is more cute than good, probably, but it's like if you have some Convoke spells, I guess it's like okay to play. I'm not like too sad to play this, but I'm also never happy to play this. I probably.
I actually think more so than Convoke, the single-handed existence of a quality vehicle in the 3-drop is more beneficial.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Like that card alone at common, I think does more for me than honestly in the entire Dominaria set.
Which card?
The 4/1 that incubates 2. Because I think that card is actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I think it's actually gonna be better than it was in its original set.
Yeah, I'll go. I would like to go to C minus ceiling actually and pick it as like a D. That's a great point.
That's actually true. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very good point. I think this might be at least similar to what it was in DMU.
It's still really bad.
And I did like it in DMU. Like okay, I would have probably said it's something like a C in color in DMU.
Yeah, I'm still like this bad. I don't want to tap my 4-drop for that card. Even though you can, like you can tap it after the attacks to give no, same grade. I hate it. Now Wrath, Weatherlight Stalwart is something I don't hate. For white and blue. It's a 1/3 that says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, You may tap up to 2 untapped creatures you control. If you do, draw a card. For 3 and double white, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. With beautiful white tricks as well. Convoke kinda doesn't work super well with this, because you are already tapping some creatures, but instant speed Convoke you can do it. This is amazing, as it has been. I'm picking it as a C+, because I don't think I'm splashing for it. But in color, I'm okay giving it a B+.
I'm okay, B- and B for me.
Yeah, I'm a little bit lower still. I think this is considerably worse than it was in DMU. The fact that this doesn't work with Convoke, really, is kind of weird, and in DMU, kind of like, fine, you just cast your sorcery and you tap 2 creatures, whatever. In this set, I don't think you... I think you want to rarely do that. It's kind of like really awkward against battles if you just play a battle. And like a lot of the instant speed stuff you want to play, or a decent amount of them, have Convoke, and it's like... I think it's going to play out more clunky in this set, and much more clunky in this set than it was in DMU. Still, this is a great card. It's like fantastic, but I'm on like a C and a B-. I think this is a lot worse than the blue-white uncommon.
Wait,
Okay,
blue-white
enough,
uncommon did...
Yeah, the Lord Tapper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good point. What I give that card? Do you know the name, guys?
No. Marshal of Zalfir. You gave it a C+, NCA gave it a B-, I gave it a B-, and the ceiling was a B.
Yeah, that's fine. Rejav, whatever, Master Smith for a red and a green. Oh, sorry, for a red and a white, you get a 2/2. And whenever a creature you control that's enchanted or equipped attacks, that creature gains double strike until end of turn. Hell yeah. Okay. White equipment with this is kind of broken. Red equipment with this is also kind of broken. But white one is the one that I think you play multiple copies of, much easier. Yeah, this is pretty good. I'm picking it as a C+, and in color, a B or a B+.
Yeah, there's some good equipment. I'm on the exact same page.
Okay. I agree this has a really high ceiling, but I am still, I think, a decent amount lower on this, just because it's a pretty bad creature if you don't have an equipment. It's passable, but I really don't love a 2-mana 2/2. I'm on like a C and a B-.
Alright.
It can go way higher though, but to start with.
Next up we have Rona, Sheldred's Faithful. For 1 and a blue and a double black, it's a 3/4, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses 1 life. And you may cast Rona, Sheldred's Faithful from your graveyard by discarding 2 cards in addition to paying its other costs. Didn't like it in Streets of New Capenna. That's where it was, right?
No, this was in Dominaria United.
Oh no, I'm an idiot. Dominaria United, yeah. Because I never played this card. I just didn't want it. Maybe once or twice. I hated it. I just... whatever. And in this set, sure, you have it in sorceries as well. No, I don't want it. There is a black card that's fine to discard, I guess, to get incubated. Still seems like shit. Picking it as a D- and in color, D+.
I want to take it a D- and give it a D in color.
Seems good.
Yeah, this card was even in blue-black kind of meh. D-, D+.
I'm okay going down to a D in color. Yeah, I don't see myself playing this really. Oh, we got Dominaria, Shana Sisei's Legacy. For green and a white, it's a 0/0, but it gets +1/+1 for each creature you control, including itself. This thing can't be target of abilities your opponents control. Okay, why not? Abilities, I don't know how many there are, but it can't be target of that. That's fine. Can't be target of sagas or of battles, right?
Yeah, that's interesting. It can't be targeted by a battle's triggered ability. Yes.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I like Shana quite a lot. It's pretty damn good with any aggressive game plan, and even if you're not, it's fine. People have been playing with Shana very weird, like they're always afraid to trade it and so on. It's fine if it trades, it's a 2-drop, but a lot of times it's gonna do a lot more. In color, at least a B-. I pick it as a C, I think. Yeah, C.
A little bit cooler. I'm on a C- and then probably a C+.
Yeah, I don't love Shana personally. I think it's okay. It's like, in my mind, it's a pretty mediocre 2-drop. It's kind of concept over time and time again, I think, underperform, that are like bigger as your board gets bigger, because their fail cases pretty bad. Like, this isn't that commonly more than a 2-2 with a 3-3, whatever. Like, I'm on a D+ and a C.
Enchantment removal can target it if you put it on her. Just answering to chat.
Yeah, so if you cast like the portable hole, what you're saying, you just have to physically place it on Shana and just insist that it works.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. That's what you should do at your pre-releases when you cast
great.
portable hole.
Quotes from justlolaman.
We are done with uncommons. These are all familiar cards, so it went a bit quicker, I think. And NCA was Speedy Gonzalez on
Wait,
this
what?
one. Scotty, you want to read it? I know you don't like reading rares, NCA.
No, I can read. I'm fine.
Okay.
But yeah, some things have the uncommons. They were kind of like whatever for the most part. There were a few solid ones to good, and some of them might turn out to be a little bit better and so on. But for the most part, it was kind of whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, first up, Anafensa, Kin-Tree Spirit, white, for a 2-2. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, bolster 1. And that means choose creature with the least toughness among creatures you control and put a +1/+1 counter on it. I have never seen this card. I have no idea what the fuck bolster 1 is.
Yeah, you know now.
Yes. Choose a creature with the least toughness among creatures you control, and put a plus. Okay. So basically, when another thing enters the battlefield, you get a counter on your smallest thing. Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like this. It's double white, a little bit weird because you can't probably play it on like turn 2. In a decent amount of scenarios.
It's crazy if you can. It's crazy if you can.
Yeah. That is true. I'm like a B- for this, I think.
I'm okay with giving this straight up B. Can see it being higher, but yeah, even with the casting cost.
Yeah, I'm on the B- train for bulky to cast, but obviously absurd snowball.
Absurd snowball. And this set likes the +1/+1 counters.
Yeah, I'll go up to B. Next up, LS Non, Grand Cenobite, 5 white, legendary creature, fire exempt predator. This is like the original LS Non, or what? Probably. Oh, this is in cube. I've seen this card.
Yeah, original one.
Vigilance 4/7. Other creatures you control get +2/+2. Creatures your opponents control get -2/-2. No, it's another card in cube. It's just the same text. Yeah, this card is pretty fucking good. It's kind of like, Plague Wind to some degree on 7 mana. Like, you kill some of your opponents that your creatures are massive. But it is 7 mana, and you still do need other creatures for it to be like real good. Yeah, I like it still. I'm on like a C+, B-. It's a 7-drop. It might even be better. This card, even in cube, performs decently well. Just because it kills something very often. I'll go to a B.
You started with a C+, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if you climb more. Like this, basically, a lot of time basically ends the game. Even when they don't remove this, even when they do remove this on their turn, the game might already be over without them having the life total down. So I'm just on a straight up A. This is a 7-drop that I really want. I'm gonna work towards playing it. I take this on white.
Yeah, this card's better than Toxrill. You play this for 7 mana. You don't actually have to have other creatures. Let's say you're falling super far behind. You kill half your opponent's board, or like, I don't know, even a couple creatures off, and the other creatures are too small to attack. Like, and also if they're like getting through, they won't kill you. Like this has to also just get removed immediately, and still you took a bunch of creatures with you. And then it goes up after that. You have any other creatures, you just get to make a huge swing. Your opponents can't really block because their creatures are super tiny. It's a 4 power and toughness swing in your board for each creature.
Yeah.
And it's bonkers. It's actually bonkers. This is an A.
Okay, fine. I'll come to an A with you. Yeah.
I'm
This
okay with
card
an
is-
A+, even though
Yeah,
it's...
if this card is good in cube, which it is, good in even in cube, it has to be kind of bonkers.
I mean, a lot of cards are good in cube, but not very good in draft as well.
Not really these kind of cards.
This one is great in draft and great in cube. Yeah.
But most cards that are good in or great in constructed and in cubes are even better in limited. To be fair, like it does kind of translate pretty well.
Yeah, put it on A+ for me. Just put it on A+. A is too low, I think. This is those 7-drop that most likely won the game. They remove it on their turn. They remove it right away. First main phase. You probably still just won already.
SRAM, Senior Artificer, 1 and a white for a 2/2. Dwarf Advisor. Whenever you get an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, draw a card. I do like this more than the uncommon that gave double strike. Even though I think the double strike is kind of more potent with equipment, maybe even. But this has a better fail case because it can be just killed. It draws a card instantly, and it works with the vehicle. 3 mana 4/1. And there is the colorless 2 mana 3/2, which I'm more happy to put into my deck if I have this. And then there is the Vigilance equipment. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a B-, I think. Like just in any white deck, I assume I'm gonna be happy with the equipment, like 1 to 2, or probably like 2 of that, and then there are some other things to go with this.
What do you give it?
B-. I'm between B- and C++.
Yeah, this is really nice in this set. It's mono white. Some auras are nice. Equipments are nice. There's a vehicle in red. I'm still gonna be on a C or a C+. Well, let's give it a C+, right? Yeah, let's give it a C+. Like in the end, it's a 2-drop that trades. That's fine.
I guess I'm a tiny bit of a hater. Cause like, sure, I think this is gonna be a bear a decent amount of time. If you get 1 draw, this is fantastic, obviously.
Yeah.
But even if the equipments are good and like there's a good vehicle, then you're still not gonna have like a super high density here. So like a bear is really bad for me, but like a bear with like a chance for really good upside, I think averages out to a C to me.
Okay, I'll go down to C++, but I'm fine with that. I also like picking the 2 mana 3/2 colorless vehicle with SRAM. More. Talia, Guardian of Traben, 1 and a white for legendary creature human soldier. It's a 2/1. It has first strike, non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. Constructed All-Star. Limited All-Star it isn't. It's still fine. Like generally your white decks tend to be decently heavy on creatures, so usually this is kind of more problematic for your opponent. But also, it is kind of awkward with your own combat tricks, which is weird. Overall, it's like a 2 mana 2/1 first strike. I'll give it a C. I'll give it actually a C+. It wears counters quite well.
Yeah, I really like backup is here, some equipment, but this non-creature cost, sometimes it hurts you more, sometimes the opponent. It kind of averages out or on 50-50. But 2/1 first strike I love. I think like easy C+. Just 2/1 first strike is really good for limited. Broken, no.
Yeah, C+ for me.
Weird with battles.
Baral, Chief of Compliance, 1 and a blue. For legendary creature human wizard, it's a 1/3 instant and sorcery spells you cast. Cost 1 less to cast, and whenever a spell or ability you control counters a spell, you may draw a card. If you do discard a card, this card is okay. And it's like kind of a 2 mana 1/3 mana dog for your instants and sorceries, and that card generally is pretty bad. It doesn't have to tap, which is nice. Overall, I think it's like a C-.
Yeah, 1/3 is pretty bad. Like it's a nice effect. I like the effect. But these cards that 1/3s for 2, we see them a lot that either make you mana or discount the instants and sorceries. Like effectively they discount them. they rarely play out super well. Even with high density of Convoke, you're already Convoking. It's nice, it's really nice then. But then it doesn't wear tricks well, and I don't care about counters. It's nice that there is a really good counter spell on common. But I'm still on a C-. I don't think it ever plays out super well.
Double Convoke. C-.
Double Convoke, baby.
Emery, Lurker of the Lock. 2 and a blue for a 1/2. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. Whenever Emery, Lurker of the Lock, enters the battlefield, mill 4 cards. Tap, choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may cast this card this turn. This card was pretty excellent in Eldraine, but Eldraine has a lot of artifacts. This said, no, not so much. You still needed to heavily build around this in Eldraine, but it could be great. I don't know. I'll just give this a D in this set.
Hopper. There is a Hopper.
Oh, Hopper payoff. Okay.
There's a what do you really have? Like, you have Skittering Surveyor, you have the Marauding Dreadship in red, and you have the Hopper. Like, really, like, those are the cards. Then in black, you actually have like a 3/2 familiar in black. There's very little support for this, and you're not probably gonna have a lot of artifacts. Actually, you do. You do get the Incubate tokens, so this doesn't cost a lot. But what do you start it with?
D.
I'm gonna start it as a, like, I'm gonna give it a C-. Wait, do we give a ceiling to this?
I don't think. I kind of want to just give it as an F, honestly, but I don't think you should build around this.
Do you like the ceiling, Scotty?
No, I don't think you want to play this card without a loop, without artifacts that sack themselves.
I'm on a.
There's one. There's Urn Combat. That's it.
I think the only player who would actively want this is like some weird blue-black deck that was like sacking stuff, but that's kind of really far-fetched.
It's not too bad with a Dreadship though. It's a 4/1. It trades easily.
I'll go down to D-.
I'm on a D+. I think it's okay. Like, in blue-black, you maybe have a few familiars, maybe Hull Hopper, but it's probably gonna be crap in your deck. D+, cause I believe.
Chingitaxias, Core Ogre, 8 blue, so for a total of 10 mana, you get a 5/4. Oh, nice. It has Flash. At the beginning of your end step, draw 7 cards. Each opponent's maximum hand size is reduced by 7. This is an F. It's really fucking garbage. It's fucking 10 mana.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about this card. Like, if a 10 mana card said you win the game, I think it's an F still, but I guess you could make your deck like ramp and search for that card and then just pay 10 mana to win the game, so it might not be an F. This does not win the game. Bye bye F. Never put this in your deck, guys, please.
Okay, real question. Was there any reanimate spells at uncommon? No, so there was only one at rare.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll probably play this once in the format.
Sure.
So you can reanimate it and then you can lose because you'll deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
This also loses you a game, right? This doesn't help you. This doesn't even help you win it. 5/4 is small.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
Wow. Chat is on point.
Yeah, Ayara, first of Locthwain, black. For a 2/3, whenever it or another black creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Tap, sack another black creature, draw a card. I mean, this card is very good if you are mono black, but it's just too clunky to cast to be good anywhere else. Even though all the effects are good in this, but it just gets worse the later it comes down and so on. Maybe once in the format you'll draft mono black, which probably sucks. And this card is excellent, but overall, F.
Yeah, triple black is not. Oh, and it's bad when it enters the battlefield. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a D-. Maybe you have enough treasures. It feels bad. Let's give it a D-. Can make some decks, I guess.
D-, card stinks.
Yeah, triple black, like, at least Polonacros, like, you get a 4/5 for each, and it turns into something game winning. This one does neither. It's
I mean,
small.
this is honestly like kind of comparable on turn 3. Like this is really fucking good if you can play it on turn 3. It's an excellent Magic the Gathering card.
Yeah,
But
you can't.
yeah. And it's kind of bad later. Horobi, that's Whale. 2
That's Whale.
black for a legendary creature spirit. It's a 4/4 flying. Whenever a creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, destroy that creature. What set is this from? I don't remember.
It's one of
Kamigawa?
one of the original Kamigawas.
That's why I didn't recognize the card. This card seems much worse to me than you might think.
What is
Like,
this?
This card, it reads good because it's a 4-mana 4/4 flyer at first, but then you think about all the implications it has. Everything your opponent has that targets any creature turns into a removal spell, and if they, God forbid, if they have some activated abilities to target creature, and then you also can't use combat tricks.
Are there any
Anymore.
activated abilities that target creatures?
This also, I guess this also works on your opponent's creatures. But
Yeah.
it's like more of a downside for you because your opponent kind of like gets to play next.
The thing is, like, opponent uses a 1 or 2 mana trick and kills this.
Yeah, and if they have like 2 of those, if they have like a cheap removal spell, they can just kill anything and then kill something else.
Yeah.
And then go this. I mean, it is a 4-mana 4 flyer with.
Oh my god, backup.
In theory, with a symmetrical. Oh fuck me, yeah. I'm out. I think this card is bad, even though it's a 4-mana 4/4 with a symmetrical effect in theory. Because, well, yeah, you face a white deck and you cry. Wait, does backup? Can you put counters
Can
on
you put counters
your
on their
opponent's
creatures?
Yeah, you can.
You can.
Yeah,
Okay.
target
my
creature.
God. What the fuck is this?
Okay. D.
I'm on a D minus. Wait, you can just. Oh, but if opponent untaps, man, even if you have the perfect deck for this, even if you have that,
Actually, F.
yeah, even if you have a perfect deck for this, every time you play this card, you are kneeling down and praying to whatever god you believe in, because that you don't lose next turn. That's what you're praying for. I don't want to do that with my cards. I don't want to pray that I don't lose next turn. D minus, go next.
Oh, you want me to read this? I'll gladly read the next one.
No, what grade do you give it?
Oh, yeah, an F.
Okay, Saison, Perverter of Truth. I like this card, even though I have no idea what it does, but I like the name. 3 black, 6. It's a 6/5. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses 2 life and draws 2 cards. Never mind, I don't like it.
You don't like it. You don't like it.
yeah. I like the name, but I don't like this anymore. You just give your opponent. If your opponent has a removal spell, this is hot garbage.
Oh my god!
Bad if
Hey,
your opponent has removal spell. I guess if they are at 2 life, you kill them.
they don't have to have a removal spell. They can draw it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. That's the thing. Like, if they get a removal spell or have a removal spell, this is so bad.
They can draw it on the next turn as well.
Yeah. It's kind of like even if they don't instantly kill it, still kind of bad because you are not probably losing this creature. They don't really want to kill it, and then they find a removal spell for this. They are up 2 cards.
2 cards.
Lol, F.
Oh my god.
Shieldred, Whispering One, 5 black, legendary creature, Phyrexian Praetor, OG Shieldred. This card I have also never seen. It's a 6/6 with Swamp Walk. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player sacrifices a creature. There is nowhere near LS None, but I mean, it seems like a pretty solid 7-drop. It kind of has to be answered, and even then it kind of gets value immediately if you're... Well, your opponent might hold up instant speed removal at even this is 7 mana, but still. It kind of does get value immediately by them sacking a creature on their upkeep. I'll go B+. B+ or a B. I'll go B+.
Okay with... I'm okay with an A minus. They got a sack. And you get something back if they don't remove it for 1 turn, you probably won the game. So that's pretty huge, even though it's a 7-drop.
I disagree with that. I think your 7-drops kind of needs to do more, but this does accrue value, like each turn.
Yeah, I'm okay trying to ramp into this A minus.
Yeah, I'm okay with an A minus as well. Just huge snowballing, rolling effect.
Lyrics. The Blight Dragon. 3 black, black. It's a 4/4 with flying, so 5 mana 4 for flying. Infect. The original poison counter thingy. This creature deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters and to players in the form of poison counters. Black. It gains haste until end of turn. Black, black. Regenerated.
Regenerate came back.
Yeah. Regenerate means that if they would kill it, you can pay double black, and then until end of turn, if it dies, it comes back, right?
Yes, until end of turn, it dies.
It removes all damage from the thing. It doesn't come back from the graveyard.
Oh, it doesn't come back. It just removes all damage.
It removes all damage, and you tap it.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Regenerate. When I played my first game.
Regenerate is so complicated. It's fucking a stupid mechanic.
Okay, what do you give it?
So wait, it removes all damage from it, and then you still need to do it before the removal spell, right?
You have to do it
instant
before the
speed.
removal spell, yeah.
At instant speed you do it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Infect is extremely nice for tussling in combat because combat tricks effectively don't work against this. But it is kind of weird that this just attacks on a totally different axis than anything else.
It's so weird, yeah.
At least it does kill them pretty quickly with the poison counters, and still, like, you can hold up double black, it can regenerate, also, like, for 6. You can just hit them for 4 poison counters, now they have 2 turns left. Yeah, I mean, the fact that this does attack in totally different axes is kind of is rough. I'm on a... It is very powerful though. I'm on a B+.
I mean, regenerate on this one is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit weird. If they paid some Phyrexian mana and if you dealt some damage to them, then it's like, It
doesn't deal any damage to battles. What the fuck?
No, it does. It does.
Yeah. True.
There is no interaction with battles.
Yeah.
But haste is nice if you can get that. Regenerate is really big. Really good against battles. Yeah. The first time I encountered Regenerate, it was 22 years ago, and I bought my first deck with my brother, and we didn't know what the fuck we were doing, and Regenerate was like the best thing in the world for us. That was like the best thing ever, as we really didn't understand tempo or anything back then. But the Regenerate here on a great creature is really good. I'm at least on a B+, but I think I still give it a B+ instead of a bomb rating, because like you're not gonna be waiting to have quadruple black to protect it. So yeah, still amazing. I think high B+.
B+ for me.
Okay.
Next up, Captain Lannery Storm, 2 and red. For a 2/2 haste, and when it attacks, create a treasure token. When you sack a treasure, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. I remember this card being fine. It was kind of awkward because often you did have to attack into a 3 toughness creature, and it's just weird. But I remember it being fine. If it gets through once, it is quite nice. You get the kind of a treasure. I'm gonna C for this.
I mean, this attacks as a 3/2.
Kinda. The problem is that you have to sack the treasure if they block.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still like it attacks as a 3/2 if you want that. I think treasures are really nice in this set if you can get them. Still, I'm not huge on this card. I'm not the best blocker. It still can be bigger. You can get it, sneak it in, but I was not a huge fan in Ixalan. I think that was Ixalan for this, so I'm okay with just a C. That's fine. I like this card.
I'm even a little lower. Just the games play out so messily, right? That the dream of attacking twice with Lannery Storm never happens. For me, this is C-.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we get the most fun card in the set. Ragavan, Nimble Pilfer. For a 2/1, it's a legendary creature, Monkey Pirate. Whenever Ragavan deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token and exile top card of that player's library. Until end of turn, you may cast that card. To note, you can cast lands. And it has dash for 1 and red. You may cast a spell for its dash cost. If you do, it gains haste, and it's returned from the battlefield to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Mm, this card is a lot worse in limited than it is in constructed. It's not like Banworth in limited.
Yes.
It's still a one drop that snowballs extremely hard if it ever gets through. Um, even if you get through with this once, you're like, I would say you are 65% to win the game or something. Um, it's just like one drop that gives you a large advantage each time it gets through. I'm on an A minus.
What the fuck, man? A minus. You gotta be kidding me. This doesn't get through anything. It's a great card. It's nothing compared to Constructed. It's never a bomb ever.
I think it's better than almost all, like if you get through with this once, I think it's better than Archangel Elspeth or Elspeth Archangel, whatever the Planeswalker was.
You don't really get through though.
It's a one drop. If you are on the play, you get through.
If you're on the play, if you have it in the opening hand, if opponent doesn't have a one drop, and there is good one drops in this set.
And if you are on the draw and you have a 2-drop removal spell, you also get through.
Yeah, you get a treasure, you don't get a card, right?
Yes, but
basically.
treasure is massive with one drop.
Treasure is really, really good, yeah. It's really good. Yeah, this card is nothing special in limited. It's a great one drop. It's a great one drop.
I guarantee you you will have this at least B plus at the end of the set.
I mean, did you play with it?
Yes, I've played with it.
In Modern Horizons 2? And it was A minus for you? I actually played with it a decent amount, because in my first 12 drafts of Modern Horizons 2, I opened 2 Ragavans. Which was $100 per card.
I do actually think this is even better in this set than Modern Horizons 2, but...
Premium Wonder. B minus.
I like how you're using your sick financial brag as a way to win the argument.
yeah. Like you. Yeah.
I'm right because I have money.
Ham was like on his 100th draft or something with 0 Ragavans, and I think I was sending him screenshots. That was naughty. B minus. Nice one drop. Rarely gets through. Very, very rarely gets through.
There is no shot you won't have this at B plus at least. No shot.
This is awesome. Hi, my name is Scott. I've never played with Ragavan. My initial inclination agrees with Lola, so we'll see. Considering that I feel like it's a bad thing if I agree with you, considering I've never played with the card. So Lola, I guess you get my the curse of my approval.
Woo.
B minus for me.
Also, dash is nothing. Here, it's nothing.
Nah, it's still something. It's nice.
Flavor text.
Not really, but Squee the Immortal, 1 red. For a 2/1, you may cast Squee the Immortal from your graveyard or from exile. I think this count was pretty meh, even originally when it showed up. I don't remember what set it was, but just like 1 red to cast, it actually it doesn't really do much. Like it's a 2/1. It's really expensive to play. Sure, late it gives you some value, but I personally think this card is a D minus.
You can sacrifice it.
Yeah, sure.
I don't like it. I'm gonna give it a D plus though. You can just replay it.
Love playing with Squee. Squee's fantastic. It's a D plus.
Urabrask the Hidden, 3 red. Creatures you control. Oh, it's a 4/4. Creatures you control have haste. Creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tap. This Predator is fine. A 5-mana 4/4 haste is not great, but the ability is like pretty nice. It's an okay for so 5-drop in your aggressive decks. C.
Everything in haste is pretty good with battles. Everything opponent has entered stepped is pretty good with attacks, but a lot of times you play it and you can't really attack with it, is the thing. And it's not like this is the Urabrask where you play it and wait, and then it's gonna give you good things, because haste and... I mean, it's really good if you get in with this, and it doesn't die. Battle or face, doesn't matter. That's really good. Because then your next thing is gonna have haste, or things, and then opponent is not gonna have blockers which they just played. But a lot of times, like 5-mana 4/4 doesn't get in. So I'm gonna give it a C+. Because the upside is there, but it's nothing special. Nothing special.
All right, throw it into the pile of cards that are much worse than Furnace Strider. C for me.
Oh, I think it's comparable to Furnace Strider. Okay, I'll go to C plus. I think Furnace Strider is a C. I'll go to C plus.
Okay.
Goreclaw, Terror of Khal Sisma, 3 and green for a 4/3 creature spells you cast with power 4 or greater cost 2 less to cast. Whenever Terror of Khal Sisma attacks, each creature you control with power 4 or greater gets +1/+1 and gains trample until end of turn. So it's a 4-mana 4/3 that attacks a 5/4 trample. And then your creature spells with power 4 or greater cost 2 less to cast. Surprisingly enough, there are some like enchantments that are expensive, like the 5 mana that makes a Phyrexian or something. It doesn't work with it, but there are like 2 solid 5-drops in green at common, and then the forest cycling or land cycling cards are very nice with this. And this is also pretty good with backup because you can make creatures with power.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. I think I'm gonna B minus, maybe a B, because if you get something for cheaper, it's just kind of weird because I'm not sure how likely you're gonna be the double spell anyway after you cast this, and the cards are at least 3 mana probably. I'm gonna B minus.
Can help you cast a trick after playing something, and it does attack as a 5 for trample.
Okay, I'm to B.
I'm moving to B. I'm gonna B minus or a B as well. I'm gonna give it a B. I like it a lot with land cycling as well. And yeah, 5/4 trample on its own as attacks is. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a B minus. But I think it's very good. Sorry, Scotty. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of its stats the turn it comes down.
Yeah.
I think the land cyclers are a big part of this because I think in the original printing of this, it was extremely difficult to get value off the first clause, off the first paragraph. But considering like the land cyclers are pretty easy to stock up on, I think this gets a decent amount better.
There was basically you can you can play the backup things kind of also don't you don't have reduction when you play them, right? Because they are not actually 4 power or greater.
Yeah, they're kind of tiny. This curves perfectly, however, into my best friend, the Swamp Cycler.
The Swamp Cycler, yeah. This is really good.
I thought you were talking about Halo Hopper, but I didn't see the symmetry. Huh?
Oh, everything is perfect with a Halo Hopper.
Yeah, this is a B minus for me.
B minus same.
Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger, 6 green, so 8 mana for a 7/6. Trample, whenever you tap a land for mana, and 1 mana of any type that land produced. So your land's a tap for 2 mana, basically. Whenever an opponent taps a land for mana, that land doesn't untap during its control's next untap step. D minus? I don't want my 8-drop to ramp me, and my opponent probably doesn't need like it basically cuts their mana down in half. They also have full mana to turn this on the next turn. I'll give it a D, sure. What the fuck?
I actually think this is unplayable card.
Yeah, me too, but I still.
I'm just gonna give it an F. I think this cannot make your deck. I don't know what you had to do for this to make the deck. It's very, very, very small creature for 8 mana, and that's what it is. That's it. Vanilla 7/6 trample for 8. I cannot include this ever.
Yeah, this is unplayable. This is an F.
Yeah, just unplayable.
Okay, fine, I'll go to an F and I'll just play it and say it's an F, but I still am playing it because I want to.
I can't believe that NCA was the one who didn't give it an F out of all of us.
Yeah. Arix Metas, Slumbering Isle, 2 green, blue for a 12/12. It enters the battlefield tapped with 5 slumber counters on it. As long as it has a slumber counter on it, it's a land. Whenever you cast a spell, you may remove a slumber counter from Arix Metas. Tap and green, blue. So it's like a 4 mana spell that 4 mana ramp spell, 4 mana, and then you can tap it for 2 mana the following turn, and so on. You do need to cast 5 spells to give that 12/12, but I do think this card. I thought about this card when I saw it, and I was like, I think it's pretty solid. Like 4 mana, give yourself basically 2 extra lands. It isn't great, but it's not that bad. I think this card is quite good if it's in your opening hand, but it's even later on. It's like not terrible. I might even replace a land with this. Weirdly enough, even though it's 4 mana. Um, depends from the deck, I guess. But yeah, I do like it just because on turn 4, I think this card is pretty powerful.
I mean,
Yeah,
Cody?
go ahead.
would you consider replacing a land with like explosive vegetation card? Okay.
It depends a lot. Mainly if I have that and the 2-drop. Like you kind of can trade 1-for-1 lands with these, but if you have like this kind of an effect and the 2-drop to the untapped land, yeah, I'm more likely to cut the land. I'm on. It is a pretty battle, but I think it kind of makes up for that. Pretty decent on turn 4. I'm on a C.
So what do you give it?
C. Oh yeah, fuck, it's dual corrode. I'm picking it like a D plus and D, and I think the ceiling is a C or a C minus.
I think I'm picking it as a like D, and in color, I think I'm okay with a C. I mean, if you don't have this in your in late game, it's gonna be really bad, but like really bad. But you can like in the opening hand, it's nice. Play it on turn 4, and you have. Oh wait, no, you don't have the mana because.
Yeah, it enters the battlefield tapped.
Oh, it's not a creature, so. Oh, it enters the battlefield tapped. Ah, man, I'm picking it as a D minus, and in color it's like a D. I don't like anything about this. Scotty?
Okay. I'm also picking this at a D minus. In color, I think it's more like a C minus.
Yeah, I'm fine with the C minus ceiling. Yeah.
Okay.
Atraxa, Praetor's Voice. Green, white, blue, black. For a 4/4 with Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, Lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, Proliferate. Oh, I guess Proliferate does work with backup. Oh, that is pretty powerful. The problem is that I don't... Oh, it also works with battles. You can proliferate your opponent's battles?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Which is weird, but yeah. I mean, it is very powerful. I do think if you are like kind of going into... I think there can be a green multicolor deck in this format. If you're kind of going for that space and slash, I think this is a reason to go into that space. It's still hard to cast. It's not like you can play this on 4 like basically ever. I'm picking it like a D plus, like D plus, but I think it can be good in some decks. You have to build around it though. Build around it though pretty hard.
I think it's like it does proliferate a lot of those +1/+1 counters, so that's nice. But it's 4 colors. It is so hard to do. I'm actually picking it as a D, but I'm gonna be playing this more.
More than you should.
More than I should, definitely.
Yeah,
there is some support for it. I mean, no, you don't have red for some treasures. Black has treasures, I guess. Green has that 3 mana and the untap creature, right? That helps it a lot. Proliferate also works with your incubate token, so it does work with a lot. I think this is for limited. I think this is better than the big Atraxa.
Oh, okay, Lola. I think Atraxa in the last set was like a B plus or an A minus, but yeah, if you build around it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick this as a D.
I mean, I think you're crazy, Lola. I'm also taking this as a D plus, but the other tracks is way better. But I also don't want to talk about it.
Okay. No, don't wanna talk about it.
Atris, Oracle of Half-Truths, 2 blue, black, for a 3/2 with Menace. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent looks at the top 3 cards of your library and separates them into a face-down pile and a face-up pile. Put one pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Yes, this card is pretty good. It's a lot of card advantage. You can basically get 2 cards if you want to, which generally you will take in limited. Even if they put 2 lands, you'll generally just take 2 lands in the face-up pile, let's say. But yeah, card is overall, at least it's a 4 mana 3/2 menace, draws a card. It's like, it's a decent amount better than that, but that's kind of the worst case scenario. They put the face down card and you don't want the 2 face up card and draw a random card kind of deal. It's in color. I think it's like a B or B plus. I would say B. Nah, it is very good. It's like it's kind of like Organ Hoarder, but it is a menace. I would say in color B plus, and I'm picking it like a B minus.
I'm okay with a B minus in color. B plus easy. Yeah, like get your best card or get two, well, worst cards, I guess, out of top 3 is a really nice option to have. Oh, it's face down pile and okay, it's face down and a face up. Yeah, I forgot about it. Man, that is still really good. That's still really good. Like, also opponent might bluff, or they might not know what's the best thing for you, especially if you cast it early. So yeah, let's go. If you don't really like the face up card or the face up cards, then you take the other one. But yeah, 2 is probably what you always take most of the time, unless it's like the perfect card. That one.
That's exactly where I'm at. B minus, B plus.
Aurelia, the wall leader. Chew, red, red, white, white. For a legendary creature, Angel, it's a 3/4. It has flying, vigilance, haste. Whenever Aurelia attacks for the first time each turn, untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Yeah, this is very good top end in a red-white deck. You're never splashing this, but very good top end aggro card. In color, a minus. I'm picking like a B.
In color A minus, you say? That's, I mean, it's...
I'll say B plus in color and picking it like a B minus.
Yeah, I think it's a bit too high, but that's pretty good. Like, it's easy to have more than this get through, right? That's kind of, that's not hard. And then those are getting through again. And then also you can just like attack, maybe get one good block from the opponent and trade some things, and the things that didn't trade now go through. Yeah, I think in color it's like at least a B plus, but it is a 6 drop, so it's gonna deal 6 damage probably when you attack with this. It's just with this it's gonna deal 6 damage. Yeah, I'm gonna B plus sure, and I pick it as a B minus, I think. How do you pick it out of color when you don't know if you're Boros? CA?
B minus.
B minus. Okay, Scotty?
Actually, the exact same grades too.
Okay. Most controversial list, but we're sometimes not controversial.
Rudiclad, Telcor, Engineer, 4 blue, red for a 4/4 creature tokens you control have haste. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a choose 1 blue Fire Emblem artifact creature token. Then you may choose a token you control. If you do, each other token you control becomes a copy of that creature. So for all intents and purposes, this is a... Oh, I guess this is a little bit better. Okay, the rest of the text actually has some implications. So it creates a choose 1 each combat on your turn, but it does make your incubate tokens
+2/+1.
Yeah, it has some implications.
+2/+1 is really nice.
Yeah. And they do pick. I thought they just became a copy of it until end of the. They just permanently become copies of it. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, nice.
Yeah. So they just get permanently +2/+1. Nice. The incubate tokens now also have haste, which doesn't really matter much. So I guess in the top deck scenario it might matter, but yeah, this card is strong. It's a 6 drop. I think I'm gonna give this the same grade as the last card, B minus, B plus.
I'm actually like, okay, one thing, I can't wait for an opponent to play this, or hopefully not me, but opponent, and click the wrong thing and just make every token a 0/0. Click the Phyrexian thing, Phyrexian token, every token becomes a 0/0. I can't wait for that to happen. Each other token becomes the copy. Each treasure becomes a 2/1 as well, which might matter, which might do something, right?
Yeah, it also it transforms all of your incubate tokens, right?
Oh yeah, it transforms all the incubate tokens.
Kinda, yeah.
Alright, I mean, if this guy is just a 4/4 that makes a 2/1 every turn, that's pretty good. But with all the implications, yeah, I'm on a super high B plus, almost maybe even A minus, but super high B plus, and I'm picking it as a B. Scotty?
Oh, I misread this. For some reason, I added it goes away at the end of turn, but no, they just stick around.
They just
Yeah.
stick around.
Yeah, big fan. Big fan. Exact same grade as Lola. B plus.
Okay, Esuri, Claw of Progress. 2 green, blue, mythic. It's a 3/3. Whenever a creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, you get an experience counter. What the fuck is that? At the beginning of a combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control, where X is the number of experience counters you have. Okay. I don't actually love this card. Like I see the snowball potential with this card, but if you want to play your cheap creatures early anyway, I guess you have a little bit more creatures with less power in this set because of backup. But like playing a 4-mana 3/3 is really rough, and then you need something. And like sure, if you cast one spell with power 2 or less, this becomes pretty good. But then it still was had the same problem. It was a 4-mana 3/3 originally. It kind of does nothing when it comes down. And I think it's like I think I'm picking this like a D plus and it's like a C in color or something. Maybe even lower, honestly. I just hate a 4-mana 3/3 on the front.
Yeah, I mean, and you do need... The incubate tokens don't enter the battlefield again. So it's just a vanilla 3/3/4 until you do this.
Elena and Elena at home. That's like that's the best thing I've heard today.
Yeah. Oh, it's so interesting and so cool, but you really need to get these in. It is very good with a 2/2 and a 1/1 common in blue. That's really good. How highly are you picking it outside of color? When you don't know your
Was
Simic?
on B plus. NCAA
I
was on B plus.
yeah, D plus.
I'm higher. I'm on like a C, and in color, I'm on a C plus still. Maybe I'm maybe B minus. It could be B minus. I'm okay with B minus, like if you have the right stuff, but it's pretty weak on its own. It's very weak on its own. C and a B minus for me.
All right, Lola loves 4-mana 3/3s.
A man I hate for mana 3.
Loves Zada, loves Azuri.
Oh, Zana is different story. Give it a C minus base for me. See, give it a C minus. Too much. There is so much work you need to do with this.
Yeah, I'm also on a D plus and then a C.
Fire Song and Sun Speaker. 4 red, white. For a 4/6, red instant and sorcery spells you control have lifelink. Whenever a white instant or sorcery spell causes you to gain life, Fire Song and Sun Speaker deals 3 damage to target creature or player. No. Like, the lifelink is really nice. We saw Scroll Wielder in Strixhaven, and the lifelink is a really nice ability to have on your sorcery spell and instant spells. But this probably comes down after you want to cast those, and the second line of text basically does fucking nothing. And it's a 6-mana 4/6. The Scroll Wielder also like gave you card advantage and so on. I honestly think this is an F.
An F?
Okay, D minus.
I mean, it's you have that 3 damage in battle. That's an uncommon, right?
No, you have a common deal 3.
That's a common?
Yeah.
The Fire Prophecy, yeah, that's a common.
No, okay, sorry. I mean, in white, there's like 3 in combat.
Yeah, you have an uncommon that deals 3 to target attacking.
Attacking or blocking. There's like 3 common. There is whenever white instant sorcery, there is like that. It's a lot of hoops to jump through, man. It's if you get it, if you do it once, it's pretty good. But if you don't, it's really bad.
But is it even that good? Because you still need to save your spell until you cast this. Like you are losing a lot because you're saving the spell until you cast this.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. D minus and in color, I don't know, D.
I'm D minus in color.
Scotty?
I'm also D minus.
That seems fine. That seems perfectly fine.
Grim. Oh no, Grim Green. Nice name. Corpseborn. 3 blue black for a 5/5. When it enters the battlefield, tapped and doesn't untap during your untap step. Sacrifice another creature, untap it, and put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever it attacks, destroy target creature defending player controls. Then put a +1/+1 counter on this. Okay. I am I think into this, it's kind of weird because it's really, or it's like decently bad on when you cast it. But you can sack at instant speed, so you can untap it if you need to for blocks, I guess. It's not that bad. And then if your opponent doesn't kill it, I guess they will kill it in response to the sack if they're gonna kill it. But if they can't kill it, you do get to just start killing their creatures. You do have to sack your stuff, but you get some +1/+1 counters. Like this attacks as a 7 or is a 7/7 basically when it attacks for the first time because you get 2 counters on it. Yeah, I like this, but not too much. Like it's still trading 1 for 1 each turn. So it doesn't really run away with the game that fast. I feel a little bit clunky. I'm on like a C minus and a C. C and a B minus.
C and a B minus? I mean, yeah, the first time this attacks it is gonna be pretty huge. You're removing your worst creature and you're removing their best creature. Of course, instant speed removal is a problem. Being tapped could be a problem with sorcerers.
Maybe I should go a little bit higher. It is very good.
What do you say?
Maybe I should go a little bit higher. It is very good. It's not like insane still, but it is very.
I think it's kind of insane. I'm gonna give it an B minus. How highly I pick it? A minus in color.
This is like extremely hard to engage in combat.
Yes.
I'm picking this at actually a B, and A minus in color is fine.
Yeah, I guess I'm fine with an A minus. I wanted to give it a B plus ceiling, but sure, I'm picking it like a B.
I'm gonna take it as a B actually, higher than a B minus. Yeah, because this is really good. By the way, NCA, where do you have your mic? Is it in front of your?
A little bit on my left side, in front of me.
No, because sometimes when you turn, you get like pretty quiet.
Oh yeah. My bad.
Oh, that's fine.
Sorry, NCA, can you remind me of your Brutaclad Techlore Engineer out of color grade?
What card?
B minus? You went up to B minus.
Engineer thingy. I think it was B minus.
Thank you.
Oh, we get to companions, baby.
Yeah, companions. Nice. I love companions in limited actually. I think a lot of people do. They are really nice. It's a limited mechanic, I think. Personally, it's just like they sucks for constructed, but kind of nice to have some like real build arounds if you want to do it. Most of them I don't think are good to companion. Like there is maybe 2 that are good, but it's like kind of a nice thing you can do still. It's like really fun to do it once in a while. Garuda, Doom of Depths, 4 hybrid blue-black, hybrid bullback, so 6 mana. For a 6/6 companion, your starting deck contains only cards with even mana values. So if this card is your chosen companion, you may put it into your hand from outside the game for 3 as a sorcery. So basically you start with 8 cards, you have to pay 3 to get this into your hand, but you do need to have all even mana values. When enters the battlefield, each player mills 4 cards, put a creature card with an even mana value from among the build cards on the battlefield under your control. I actually do think this is both the best companion and the best main deck card out of all the cards. Even though it has a very heavy restriction, this is the only companion that's actively a good magic card, or like really good magic card. And it's if you
wait, this is the only companion that's good magic card in the main deck?
No. But it's like more that it's like the best companion in the main, or the best card in the main deck out of the companions.
What about you said outside Lurus?
No, I think this is better than Lurus.
Okay.
This is also much easier to companion than Lurus. But yeah, I personally think this is the only companion you should actively try to companion. Even though it has a very heavy deck building cost, like Chekanta and Lutri, I don't think you should. But this I think you should, if you open it early on. But if you open a little bit later, it's still a great main deck card. I would. Oh yeah, we don't need to give this in color grades because it's just like blue and a black card.
Yeah, this is like better than monocolor.
Yeah. I would give this. Can we keep companion grades? Okay, let's just give them main deck grades and I think this card is an A minus in main deck, but I think it's like an A plus if you companion it.
I'm okay with an A- for Gyruda, main deck or as a companion, but I do think that Giganta, Lutri are pretty damn easy to use as companions. Probably easier than this.
Yeah, easier, but I think you shouldn't do them still. I think you should do this personally.
Lurus can be companioned as well. I don't know how good it is. There is not permanent. There is no enchantment-based removal that goes to graveyard in this set. But Lurus could also be something. I really like their companions in this set as well. By the way, please chat. Above the chat, vote on where do you want us to put the Multiverse Legends sheet. On a separate column, outside of the regular March of Machines set, or inside the white, black, blue, and so on, with all the other cards. So yeah, just vote what you would like us to do. Gyruda gets an A- for me. It's beautiful. Maybe we should just switch it up, by the way. So we have just, I think, companions left or something that Scotty reads. So we all read like the last part of the tier list. What do you think about that, guys? I read the uncommons. You're reading the rares and mythics, but Scotty gets left nothing. So.
Do you want me to read them? Do you want me to finish reading them?
I'm fine either way. I don't care.
By the way, Gyruda grade, Scotty?
A.
Yeah, I can actually move it to an A easy, but yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, sure. I'll move it to an A as well. Yeah. Okay. I'll just continue, I guess. Check out the Wellspring 4 and the hybrid red-green. It's a 5/5 legendary creature elemental. Companion, no card in your starting deck has more than one of the same mana symbol in its mana cost. It has tap, add Wooburg. This mana can't be spent to pay generic mana cost, so you can only spend it to pay for colored mana pips. This card is surprisingly painful to companion. At least it was in Ikoria. It was great before the nerf, but after the nerf to companion ruling, I think this became actively bad, or like actively mediocre to go for as a companion.
It was so good before the rule.
Yeah. Gyruda was still even better. But the card itself is just pretty meh. Like a C- main deck card, maybe even D+. That's a mana. C- main deck card. I am not really into a 5-mana 5/5 that stuff sometimes. And then you have like the thing is that if you have one double pipped card, you're fine losing it to companion this, but if there are two good cards that you have double pips, I think it's better to play the double pipped cards than companion Cheganta. Even though Cheganta is like kind of a free card. So in my mind, this is not generally worth to try and go for the companion. Like I'm fine picking it relatively early and then seeing if I pick up any double pipped cards. And there is actually a good, surprising amount of double pipped cards in this set that you want to play. Also, like, well, a lot of the rares are also double pipped, which does kind of hurt this a lot because you want to play them. And if you all have like one really good rare, I already think this is not worth companioning. And then there's like Stoke the Flames. There's some other cards uncommon that if you have like two of, I think also not worth companioning. I think overall I'm picking it like a C- and lower kind of in the main deck, but C- because I can companion it sometimes. Yeah, C.
B+ from me. I think it's very easy to companion this and very worthwhile. So easy B+.
Okay, yeah, I'm also pretty high on Gigantha. I am taking for example, the Broker's 3/3 basically over Gigantha. Do you want Gigantha first, Lola?
What Brokers?
The 0/2, that backup one that deals damage equal to toughness. So basically 2 mana 3/3.
I'm close between those two.
Because that's a B for you, right? So
No, that's
was
a B+
that a B+
for me.
That was a B+ for you? Okay, I'm on a B for Gigantha.
All right.
Yeah.
And it's like it goes in any green deck, it goes in any red deck, even if you're like, oh crap, I didn't get the Giganta. I got too many good cards with double pips. Okay, fine. It's not the end of the world if you main deck this, or if you don't, it's fine. But the reward is there.
I think more often bad to companion than good to companion. Anyway, next up, Judith the Scourge Diva. 1 black red for a choo-choo. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 whenever a non-talking creature you control dies. Judith the Scourge Diva deals 1 damage to any target. Yeah, this card is great. It's not as good as Mayhem Devil, I think. But it's close. Yeah, make your other creatures bigger. When they die, they deal 1 to any target. Nice with stack. B minus B plus. C plus B.
I'm on a B plus as a ceiling, as an in-color grade. I think this is extremely powerful. And B minus, how highly I take it? I maybe even take it as a B, but yeah.
Okay, I'm a little bit more on NCA side, of a little bit cooler on Judith. It is really nice that it works on itself. If you really have to, like it can trade with a 3/3. But yeah, C plus taking B in color.
The art is amazing.
Kahira, the Orphan God. 1 hybrid green-white, hybrid green-white. It's a 3/2. And companion each creature card in your starting deck is a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast card. It's effectively impossible to main deck if you have more than 0 creatures. Vigilance, each other creature you control that's a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast gets +1/+1 and has vigilance. I think this is effectively an F in this set. I can give it a D minus.
It's an F?
D minus.
We have
We do have elemental tokens, I guess.
we have the 3.
Okay.
Both 3 ones are cats.
Okay. Maybe it's better than I gave it credit for.
It's also like in this deck it's colorless 3 mana. The 3 ones are both 3 ones that we like are cats on 2-drop slot. There is a 2/2 which is a beast in black, which is fine. The 4/5 is a beast, and that's about it for beasts. And I think we have some dinosaurs, right?
Oh, wait, I'm checking.
On common. Oh, we have a 4/3 in red, that's a dinosaur. There are some cards with this that work with this. I'm okay taking this. Never companion this. You never companion this. And you didn't really companion it in the others, in the Ikoria. I am okay with C for this one. Here is fine. Even a C plus, maybe. C plus, I'm okay with a C plus.
Definitely taking a decent amount lower. My favorite thing, obviously, is like the elemental tokens. The cats as a 2-drop is a solid curve too. But 3/2 vigilance, whatever. This is a C for me.
So there are 7 things with this at common that are creatures, and then there is the elemental tokens. There is 1 cat that 2 cats at common, 3 beasts at common, 1 dinosaur at common, and 1 nightmare at common.
Elementals are on 1, so that's pretty cool, yeah.
Yes, and then there are the elementals.
Okay.
I'll move it to a D, I guess. I am still not excited about the 3/2 unless I have like multiple things that make elementals, or basically.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Next up.
Yeah, let me go back to scratch. Taruga, the Macrosage 3 green-blue hybrid. It's a 5/4. Companion when you're starting deck contains only cards with mana value 3 or greater and land cards. And when it enters the battlefield, draw a card for each other permanent you control with mana value 3 or greater. This is a pretty good main deck card, especially after the companion nerf. It's a terrible companion ammo in limited. I like it in the main deck. But not too much. It's like it is definitely underperformed my expectations, though I wasn't as good in Ikoria maybe, but it definitely underperformed my expectations in Ikoria. Like even in main deck, it wasn't great to solid. I'm gonna give it a C plus.
This was really nice before the companion change, but I think afterwards you main deck it as a B minus, because it makes your green decks, it makes your blue decks, and it's colorless in your green-blue decks, so you usually draw at least 1 card from it, not hard, and not super hard to draw more. Yeah, I'm okay with this. B minus, really nice.
Yeah, I'm okay with a B minus.
Why did the chat grades not go through? That was weird.
Can I go next card?
Go on.
Croxa, Titan of Death's Hunger, red, black. It's a 6/6. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, Each opponent discards a card, then each opponent who didn't discard a non-land card. This way loses 3 life, and there's an escape cost of black, black, red, red, exile 5 other cards from your graveyard. So, Uro this is not. It was like decent in Theros, type, pretty good in Theros, but Theros also had other things to care about with the graveyard. I guess you kind of have more mill in this set and nothing else cares about the graveyard, so that you don't have the weird tension of something else caring about graveyard. And Croxa isn't really great unless you can escape it at some point. But it's like an okay play at some point of the game. You would prefer not to play it on Chu, but it's also fine on Chu. It's just like nice value. Honestly, there was nothing that special because it takes quite a long time until you can escape this, and it rarely can you escape this modern. But you do have the mill cards in this set, so maybe it might be better in this set than it was in Theros. Because you don't have anything else with escape, and you have some mill, and your opponent can mill you. Yeah, actually, I'm into this more than in Theros. I'm gonna say C and B minus in color. Yeah. Actually.
Well, they're muted.
Sorry. So when you just play it, that's pretty bad. But if you do manage to escape it, opponents are sometimes milling you, so that helps, and you don't really care about your graveyard. And then black has that mill tree that helps it a little bit, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna pick it as a C, and I'm okay with a B minus in color. Nah, I'm okay with a C. I'm gonna pick it as a C minus, and I'm okay with a C plus in color, actually.
Okay, I kind of want a B minus in color, but I'm probably taking it as a C minus.
Okay.
Latiel, the Bounteous Dawn, 2 green white for a 2/2 lifelink. Okay, no thank you, but at the beginning of each end step, if you gain life this turn, distribute up to that many +1/+1 counters among any number of other target creatures. Okay, so yes, the payoff here is very high. Most obvious combo, and probably honestly the best combo maybe even, is the 2/2 lifelink. With this, for 2 mana, it's not a 4 mana 2/2 lifelink like this card. The problem is that this card is fucking garbage on its own.
And it's got to be other creatures.
Yes. It's just, you have to jump through so many hoops to make this card, or so many, but still, to make this card good, and it's actually not even good if you do the thing, because there isn't like an insane amount of life gain. There is basically 2/2 lifelink, and it's about
White Battle.
Oh yeah, the White Battle is good with this, I guess. But still, you're playing a 4 mana 2/2 on the front. I personally think this is a D minus when I pick it, and I think it's a D minus in color.
I'm okay with D minus, D minus. I'm okay with D minus D. I think it can be bad in some decks. That's 4 mana 2/2, and it's other creatures, so you need other things to snowball with.
I mean, it does kind of like snowball it with one other creature, but the problem is that you would have to get through with this thing. Like, it does count itself as when it gains life. I don't know how you are getting through with your 4 mana 2.
Yeah, it's not gonna work with itself.
There are combat tricks where you can get through and so on, but still.
D minus, D minus.
Okay. D minus is all around then.
Lures of the Dream Den, 1 Orzhov 3/2. Companion, each permanent card in your starting deck has mana value 2 or less. It was possible to companion this in Ikoria. I'm not sure if it's gonna be possible in this format, but I actually don't think it was worthwhile in Ikoria, even though it was possible. I think you were better off playing it in Lifelink. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a permanent spell with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard. I think this is considerably worse than Garuda, personally. But it is the second best companion. Even considering that you're never companioning this is definitely the one I'm picking. The second highest. Second highest. I'm picking it like a B.
I'm very fine with a B plus on this. It goes in so many decks. You can be just black or white. No need to be both. 3/2 lifelink is fine, but you just get something. Any permanent back, smaller permanent back to the battlefield. Maybe some backup small things. Yeah, I'm a big fan. No removal, if I remember correctly. That actually does go to a graveyard this amount of time. But yeah, B plus. extremely good. You pick it early. I can't imagine picking basically anything over this because it goes in so many directions. I don't need to even be sure that I'm white or black right away.
Yeah, I can imagine picking multiple commons over this personally. Um, the thing is that it is not a great turn 3 play. It's okay. Like it has lifelink, it's still a solid 3 drop, but you're not gonna have things in your grave, and you, like you said, you don't have removal spell. You kind of need something to die before you can get something back. I don't think it's that good. It performed way worse than I expected in Ikoria as well. It was busted in constructed, yes, but it's
Okay, I mean, yeah, you gave it a big rate, so that makes sense for this set that you're not picking it over some cards. Scotty?
I am on a B as well. It's a little. It was definitely easier to get immediate value in Ikoria. The lack of dead weight specifically
Yes.
is
Yep,
pretty
yep.
rough. I think that actually really helped Lurrus decks, and the small ball sacrifice style, like Whisper squatting, etc.
Yep.
I think was gonna be a little easier there. I'm not actually sure because there's a decent amount of like cheap sack fodder here, but this is fine. I'm on a B as well.
I'll actually move down to B minus.
Okay.
Next up, Plutri, the Spell Chaser. One blue-red. Companion, each online card in your starting deck has a different name. It's a 3/2 with flash, and when it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, copy target instant or sorcery spell that you control, you may choose new targets for the copy. My personal recommendation would be to never try to main deck companion this, but I know people will. I think if you are losing two good commons, it's not worth companioning about. This alone, I think, is after Kahira is the worst companion as a magic card. But it's like relatively easy to companion. The problem is that generally have, let's say, like 5 duplicates in your limited decks. Some of them might be, or like one of them might be 3 copies that counts as 2 duplicates, whatever. And if you have even solid to good commons that are duplicates, you are losing probably like 2% each time you cut one of them. Probably more if they're good commons. In win equity, and Lurrus just doesn't make up for that with its companion thing. It's very clunky to ever use the instant or sorcery text on this card. It's nice, but it's very clunky. This is one. Even in Cube, where this is always going to be a companion, yes, Cube is higher powered than Limited. Even in Cube, this is like a D+ level pick, or a C- level pick. And in Limited, it's just much more painful to companion than in Cube. And I still think it's it's like a D+ level card. I personally think Lutri is the most overrated companion, not close. And I'm gonna give it a D+.
I love Lutri, and I think it's pretty easy to companion it. Sometimes you just lose way too much, and then you don't companion it, and it's fine, and it makes your deck, and you play your 2 mana, deal 3 damage on 2 different things, or you play double trick, or you play double convoke spell on the end of their turn, and I'm super fine with that. You can play your double blue bounce that you guys like so much. I love it. The floor is a flash 3/2 that is kind of easy to cast, like depending on in what colors you are, but you can choose to be blue or red, which is a nice upside. So I am gonna B for Lutri, almost a bit. Kind of want to go to a B+. And I am going to a B+. I'm on a B+ for Lutri. I love it.
This is great. I love this.
This is great.
I actually think
I think Lutri I think Lutri is bad, but I'll stick to D+ because it's a very good pick in like back 3 if you don't really have duplicates.
D+ is bad. Scotty?
D+ is fine.
so. I think I agree with. I actually agree with both of you halfway. which obviously means I'm going to end up in the middle. I think companioning Lutri is actually much more difficult than people give it credit for. People like to throw on the word free. It's very far from free. I actually think it's quite costly usually. Repeats are super common in normal draft set. I also agree with Lola in that if you put it in the main deck, it's okay. Like it's fine. As a flash 3/2. And sometimes if your deck does end up where you don't actually have that many whatevers, it's actually pretty reasonable upside to start your hand out even with an 8th card, even if it's a really crappy 8th card. I totally agree that Lutri is not great, you know? It's like really clunky to get a copy off, and most of the time I'm just flashing it in to like trade off with something on like turn 7. You know, but still as an 8th card in my hand, pretty valuable.
Yeah.
But I'm still drafting it relatively highly and not being that sad and giving up the companion pretty easily.
Yeah.
So I'm good. I'm drafting it as C+.
I'll go down that deep. Niv Mrs. Reborn. Wooberg. It's a 6/6. Flying. When it enters the battlefield, reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each color pair, choose a card that's exactly those colors from among them. Put the chosen cards into your hand and rest on the bottom of your library in random order. This is probably the best Wooberg card in this set, and it's still an F.
Did you give it an F?
Yes.
Yeah, FF, unplayable. Yeah. Horrible body for this cost, and you're getting just card advantage. Goodbye. No, you need to get a lot for once on the board for your 5 different colors that you're using to cast this. Bye bye. Next one.
Obos, the Brave Piercer. 3 Rakdos. You can pay again, red or black. For those mana symbols. It's a 3/5, and if a source you control with an odd mana value would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double the damage to that permanent or player instead. Your starting deck contains only you can companion it if your starting deck contains only cards with odd mana values and land cards. Notably, this card is worse than Garuda, but it's also much harder to companion. At least that was the case in Ikoria. Yes, it was much harder to companion than Garuda. I'm not sure why, but like 2-drops, maybe 2-drops are just that important. Like
the one drop, there were not that many 1-drops that were,
yes.
And then you missed like your first 2 turns a lot.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess you always had like Cyclone on 2, but that's still pretty bad on 2.
Yeah.
But it is companionable maybe in like white red where you have access to a bunch of 1-drops and so on, but I wouldn't recommend ever trying to companion this. It is fun though, so if you wanna have fun you can do it, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's a solid main deck card though. Yeah. I think it was a little bit overrated as a main deck card as well, and this is gonna be a common theme in these companions except Garuda. But I think it's like a C+.
I think this is really bad to companion most of the time.
Yeah.
I don't. You talked like Lutri and Giganta down so much in main decking it. Like this is gonna lose you a lot of cards, a lot of curves if you do main deck it most of the time.
I meant main deck by putting it into my deck, not
sorry, I didn't want to say main deck. I want to say companion. Like
yeah.
This is like You talked so much how bad Lutri and Giganta are. Is this like a lot worse to companion for you, or because it sounded like those 2 are a lot worse to companion?
No, this is like better to companion if you can companion because the card is much better, but it is much more costly to companion. So no, like if the cost was reasonable, I think this would be a much better companion. Like if you could reasonably build a good deck with only odd mana values, like you can probably with even mana values, I think this would be pretty good to companion. But I don't expect you can. So
but in this world, right? What do you think? Like, is this better or worse to companion than Lutri, for example?
Oh, better.
This loses you way more.
It depends though, because if you Lutri is much better
on average.
Pack 3. On average better.
Just on average. Lutri loses you some cards, like sometimes a lot, and you just don't companion it. But this thing just loses you your 2-drop slot, which is usually the most important.
With this, at least you gain something because your companion, you get a good card into your hand every time. With Luthor, you gain nothing, or like you gain almost nothing, you gain a shit card into your hand.
Okay, but this thing loses you like 2-drop slot, which is in my opinion the most important slot in limited. And companions should cost 2.
Okay. One thing, I disagree if you have enough 1-drops because if you can consistently build a deck with enough 1-drop, which is why I think this could be much better, or this could be better to companion in this set than Ikoria. I don't care about 2-drops if I have enough ones. That granted, I need preferably like 8 1-drops, but if you can get that amount, I think this is good.
I hate it still, and this is something where you telegraph it really well to the opponent. Hey, on 3 mana you kind of don't use this effect, because the companion effect to get it back, but you telegraph it. Okay, I'm paying 3 and then I'm paying 5, that's 8 in total, and opponent, you remove it and you're fine. So that's huge. 1-drops are never enough without 2-drops, ever. In a limited game, you're losing way too much. So never companion this.
Playing double 1-drop on 2 is like almost always better than playing a 2-drop in my mind.
Yeah, you need so many 1-drops for that.
That's what
you
I
need
said.
So 8 is
like
nothing.
At least 8
1-drops. Like 8 is nothing for that, because it's in the first 2 turns. You need to draw 3 out of 8 in the like 1 or 2
but like
draws.
something like 2 is already fine. Like or even 1 is passable. Like if you every time have a 1-drop with this, it's already okay. But you preferably need at least.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm never gonna companion this, and I don't think anybody should ever. Like literally ever. That being said,
I think you should companion this more often than Lutri.
Okay. That being said, this is fine. It goes in black decks, in red decks. It's kind of easy to cast because on 5 you usually are okay with double pips if you're not both. And well, you're 1-drops and 3-drops, and I mean, usually just 1-drops and 3-drops are gonna all of a sudden deal a good amount of damage. So I am on a B for this effect and this card. It's not really a 6/5, that would be better, because you do need to assign lethal damage to the first blocker. So if it has like 4 toughness, you're assigning all 3, even though you're gonna deal 6. But yeah, I'm okay with a B. Very nice.
I am only a tiny bit lower on a B-.
Okay, Teisa Karlov, 2 white, black for a 2/4. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Creature tokens you control have vigilance and lifelink. So the second ability is more what I'm looking at here. The first one is okay, but there aren't that many death triggers. I don't think. Like it's nice quite nice with the drain common, I guess, and maybe there is something else as well. But the first line of text is kind of whatever. Now the second line, it works very nice with incubate tokens, but there is one huge problem with this card. It's a 4-mana 2/4. And I don't know how much incubate you need before this is worthwhile playing. Probably a lot.
And Vigilance Lifelink is huge on incubate tokens.
Yeah, it is, but it's also a 2/4. Like, you need consistently multiple incubate tokens before you're happy with this, I think. I mean, I think it's a C- in color. I think it can be like a C or something like a C maybe, or C plus even, probably like a C in some decks, but that's not even close to every. I mean, like on a C- in color, I'm picking this like a D.
I'll give it a C- start, and in color I think it's a C plus. Like it does trigger some things, but it's Vigilance and Lifelink is huge on the incubate tokens if you have enough. I don't know how much you're gonna have really, but it's huge. What do you think, Scotty?
Yeah, I'm kind of in there. Lifelink, especially not dropping this on necessarily 4. And white black, I do think has enough incubate support for this to actually be a really reasonable swing. And vigilance is actually huge for in terms of the battle game too. So I'm on a C-.
Yeah, I'm definitely fine with this.
Okay.
Umori, the collector, 2 and a green black mana, or a hybrid mana, whatever. Anyway, 4 in total. It's a 4/5, and as it enters the battlefield, choose a card type. Spells you cast of the chosen type cost 1 less to cast. You can kind of guess already, but each non-land card in your starting deck shares a card type. Never companion this, even in even pre-companion rule this card. The fact that you can just play 0 non-creatures is terrible.
Yeah.
Your deck is gonna be bad, trust me. Yeah, it's gonna be really bad. Mono battle deck, yeah, true.
Mono battles,
Fuck,
baby.
you can't get in. No, if you get all the battles from the pod, yeah. But yeah, this is a great main deck card though. It's a 4-mana 4/5 that makes your mainly creatures cheaper, but you can choose whatever you want. Sometimes you have a couple instants in your hand and you just choose instant and so on. It's in my mind it's like a B or a B, or a B or a B minus. I guess I'll give it a B.
I'm okay with a B for main deck. Yeah, you should basically never use this as a companion if there was no companion rule for 3 mana.
Yes.
But now you never do it. But even before, like, it was really bad. Then opponent, the big deal was before, right? When there was no cost, you just played 1/4, always. Is opponent knows that you have 0 non-creature things. They don't care about tricks. They don't care. Like, they just don't play around anything. They basically have perfect turns, which is very troublesome to play against, right? A lot of times your opponent or yourself are not going to have the optimal turn because, well, it's not Hearthstone, it's Magic, and opponent can use instant speed interaction. With this, it couldn't. But anyways, that doesn't exist. Just a B. Nice card for your main deck.
Yeah, I think it's a B. Just huge body and really nice that you can take it early and end up in a bunch of combinations.
Yarok, the Desecrated. 2 black, green, blue. For a 3/5, Death Touch Lifelink. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. I actually think I'm not 100% of this or anything, but my gut, at least when we did the set review, was that there are very few ETB effects in this set compared to like last 5 sets or something. Scotty, do you agree?
What do you give it, Sensei?
Was that just me? No, I was just asking you, because my gut was that when we did the review that there's like way less ETB triggers in this set than normal.
Well, all backups are ETB triggers too.
Oh, yeah, that's true, I guess. Yeah, maybe not then, yeah. Okay. Well, I was just willing, yeah, every set feels like it's full of ETBs, but yeah, backup is a good point, I guess.
Not many backups in these colors, though.
Yeah, that is true. No. It's like, if you're already in the splashing space, but I'm not gonna pick this up and be like, ooh, I'm gonna splash this, except if I have a ton of ETBs, but I don't think...
All battles are ETBs.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, they have double ETB, kinda.
Yeah, all battles, like literally all of them, so that's nice. So what do you want to give it?
Yeah, most incubate are ETBs as well, I guess. I mean, it's triple core, probably like a D+.
I'm okay with a...
Maybe a C-.
I'm okay with a C-. It's triple colored, so you don't pick it early. But I'm very comfortable splashing for this. Once you do get there in two of these colors, when you start taking maybe the cards to splash with, it goes higher, definitely goes higher. You still need to do other things, but 3/5 Death Touch is also okay. Sorry, 3/5 Lifelink, big deal, Death Touch. Yeah, all the battles gonna trigger twice, that's really not nothing, so... C- as a base, which is very high for a triple color card, but it's good, it's good.
I think it's kind of just better with purity beast than battles, because if you are doing the splashing nonsense like green, I think you can do green multicolor in this set, by the way. I think that's totally doable. The problem is that I don't think the deck wants battles. Maybe outside of, like, Invasion of Zendikar is probably still, but outside of that, we don't.
Scotty, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I'm giving this a C because I want to play it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sweet. But let's stop for a minute and give ourselves a big round of applause. Clap, clap, clap. Congratulations, team. We've exceeded 20 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Well done.
Yeah.
But we are done in a
High
second.
fives all around.
But we are done in a second.
Yeah.
20 hours.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
We're done soon, though. We're done soon.
Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations, chat, for staying here.
Next.
Man, this is actually give it a C for me, Scotty. This is actually like with battles that destroy things and that deal damage to things, like black battles and or black green battles. This can do things. This can do things. You can go on, NCA.
Yeah. Yorion Skynomad 3 white blue. It's a 4/5. It's a flyer. And when it enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-land permanents you own and control. Return those cards to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. So you can blink as many things as you want, basically, on your side of the battlefield. You can also blink your battles. Oh no, wait, you don't control your battles, you just own them?
Wait, you don't control them?
How does it work? Do you control them and own them?
Yeah, I think you do.
Then you can blink your battles.
Right, you control the battles.
Yeah, apparently you do. Okay. I have no idea of magic rules. Magic rules are too complicated. Yours, and then you can companion it if your starting deck contains at least 20 cards more than the minimum deck size. Especially in a set with good bombs, I don't think you ever should companion this, but I don't think you should ever companion this anyway. I don't think it's like that bad to companion though. If like blue white is really open, or blue something or white something, you can companion. It's gonna be decent. The problem is that you just have to play a bunch of clunkers, and you're gonna draw your bombs less often. But it's okay to companion if your colors are really open. You just never probably should companion it.
You never companion this. That's it. There is nothing else to say.
No. This is fun. This is a fun companion.
But you never companion it if you want to win. That's it.
Except if you're Sam Black.
So what grade do you give it?
I think it's gonna be worse here than in Korea. I don't know. The enchantments that create incubate tokens are very nice with this. There are some really nice things with this, I guess, and you're probably gonna have some. 5 mana 4/5 flyer is B minus.
5 mana 4/5 is, I think, really good, and I'm gonna B plus because like there is backup things that you maybe didn't put backup on that. There's the 2/9 that makes 2/2s. You can make some 1/1s, I guess, maybe sometimes. And battles, you just any battle that didn't flip and that you didn't clear or deal some damage, you just get that again. Even if you did deal some damage, like you play the battle that makes a 2/2, you make another 2/2. I'm extremely happy with this, and it stats. You never companion this. Even if it was free to cast, you don't companion it, because I mean that's where you might think about it, but you have 50% less chance to draw your best cards in the deck when you do companion it. That's huge. So yeah, B plus for me still. I pick this very highly, very easy to put it. It's gonna be very hard to lose these cards as your pick, which happens with even with monocolor cards.
Yeah, B plus for me. It actually works a decent amount with stuff in the set. Like there's a lot of just permanent with ETB effects that I actually think that because with Yarok, right? It's kind of awkward. First of all, Yarok's infinitely harder to cast.
Yeah.
Right? You have to play the Yarok, and then you have to play the battles. This one is the order which I kind of want to do, is just play the battles first, and then play my 5-drop.
Yes.
Which I think is super powerful. So I'm a big fan of Yorion, B+.
Okay, I'll come up to a B. I probably like 5 mana 4/5 flyer list. I think it's solid. Third, the Dawn. This is our last card, by the way, in the set review. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Third, Third, the Dawnwaker. 1 red-white mana. It's a 3/3 elemental fox, and its companion rule is each permanent card in your starting deck has an activated ability, so you are never gonna companion this. It's probably impossible in this set. In Ikoria, I did companion setup. It wasn't good, but you could do it in theory. Abilities you activate that aren't mana abilities cost 2 less to activate. This effect can reduce the mana in that cost to less than 1 mana. And it has an ability 1 and the tap target creature can't block this turn. So I think Serda is gonna be better in this set than Ikoria,
Yes,
even with cycling, because you make all of your incubate stuff costs 1 and all of your transform cards are 2 cheaper.
2 less.
Yeah.
That's
Incubate
a lot. That's a lot.
Yes, incubate is still 1 mana, but 1 mana compared to 2 mana is still like pretty massive.
Yeah.
So this is, I think, a very, very, very solid main deck card. Not busted, but very, very solid. I'm like between a B and a B plus. I think this is better than Yorion.
Then you gotta give it a B plus, right? No, you didn't give Yorion a B plus.
No, I didn't. I'll give this a B plus though.
Yeah, I'm okay with a B plus. This is like incubate nice, but those transform cards really profit from 2 less. Really profit. And then it's a 3/3 for 3 and nice,
And
goes in a lot of decks.
It works with your favorite card, the one for vigilance.
Oh my god, that's just broken. Scotty?
Tiny bit cooler. I agree that it has a bunch of synergies in the set. It's a little awkward that just because you can transform a card with the reduced mod, it doesn't necessarily mean you should. Especially if we're, not reducing the 2 life aspect of it. But I still think this is really good. B for me.
Not sure if it's really better than your. I think it's slightly better. I'll go down to B. Yeah.
You can also double spell with this, like play it and transform, but I still use a 3/3 and you kind of want it to stay on the battlefield for you to transform things, and it's not that easy to do that with a 3/3.
It is kind of awkward.
Yeah. I can go down to a B. I'm okay going down to a B. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We are done with March of Machines tier list. We are all going to stream early access, right? Tomorrow at 5 p.m. GMT. That's when it starts. Early access March of the Machines event. That we all got accounts from Wizards, so that's beautiful. And I cannot wait to see how battles are gonna work. That's the biggest thing for me. That's the first thing. I really want to see how battles are gonna affect attacking, blocking, and everything. What are you looking forward the most to, guys?
Playing the set along with everybody else at the same time.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree with Scott. That answer was 10 out of 10. I agree.
Cut it out.
Wait, NCA, are you playing early access?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. I'm going out. I'm going out tomorrow, so I'm not going to be there.
You're not going to be playing early access tomorrow?
Nope, I'm busy.
And in 2 days?
I'll be busy with something.
Touching,
That's not early access.
Touching paper cards is disgusting. You're obviously not gonna.
What is it?
Thank you.